Hi guys, it's Mrs. Ayuso. Welcome to OCVS. I'm super glad that you're in my class, and this video is just going to be a quick overview of how to navigate Educator and all of the features that it provides. So when you log into any of your classes, you will land on what's called the announcement page. No matter what class you're in, you should see in the top left-hand corner your username, which will be your full name, your email address, which course you're currently in, and the name of your instructor. You can also see the course that you're currently in here and your name in the top right hand corner. Every teacher will have some form of an announcement page that looks similar to this. So this is mine, and you'll see it has plenty of key features that'll help you navigate through the course. So because I teach multiple classes, you can see here all of them listed. If you click on them, it'll take you to a resource page for that particular class. Beyond that, you'll see my office hours, so my Monday through Friday hours of availability, my phone number and email, a link to my live lesson classroom, my picture, a link to the FLVS help desk, a link to flash appointments where you can schedule a welcome call if you still need one prior to activation, a link to my extra credit scavenger hunt, not required but greatly suggested so that you can start the class off with an A link to this video so that you are able to revisit these instructions on how to navigate, and star students and course resources and more. So this is basically your landing page. All teachers will have something similar, so always check this when you log in because it usually has important information and links to resources for you. So before we move any farther, you can see a black toolbar up here. But I don't find this very user-friendly in terms of navigating all the features of Educator. So I want you to go ahead and, as you're watching this video, click your name in the top right-hand corner. Then select Account Preferences. And for Use Side Navigation, you're going to want to set it to Yes, and then save your changes. The page will refresh, and on your left-hand side, you will now see all of your menu options as blue buttons on the left-hand side, which I find to be a lot more user-friendly and easier to navigate. So the first thing I do want you to pay attention to, and you can use either the blue button that says email or this little envelope icon, will take you to the same place. We're going to look at your student email. So the red with the number inside is actually a notification to let you know that you do have mail. So you always want to check that, especially if you see the red icon. Here is where you can send messages to your teachers, and your teachers will do the bulk of their email communication with you, the student, through this email address. So get used to checking this on a regular basis and using it to contact your teachers rather than using your personal or your OCPS email. You can click this little house button to go back to the home page so that you're back where you started. Beyond your email, you're going to want to make sure you know how to access your lessons. So you can either click this little textbook icon or Lessons, which is your very first tab, and it's going to take you to the lessons homepage for your particular course. Again, depending on your course, they may all look a little bit different, but the first page is always basically your table of contents for your virtual textbook for the class. So for this English 1 class, you can see it has 4 modules with 2 additional honors modules, and they operate like chapters. So segment 1 should be your first semester of the class. Segment 2 is your second semester of the class. So assuming that you're taking the full course, you're going to want to make sure that you start in semester 1. And you'll click on Module 1, Reading and Writing Narratives, and it will take you to another smaller table of contents of all of the lessons that are in that particular module. So let's go ahead and select one of the lessons, and I'll show you how to toggle through it. Your first page is always going to be an introduction with a list of your objectives. You'll see up here, you can either skip to pages if you've already read the lesson and want to go to a specific page, or if you're reading it for the first time, you'll use these back and forth arrows to move throughout the lesson, kind of like flipping the pages of a book. As you go through, you'll see plenty of features, such as beyond the text, you'll see things that you can click to expand. You'll also see that certain words may be this orangish red color. If you click it or hover over it, it will give you a definition, and sometimes you can click on them as well. And there will be interactive features throughout the course. At the end page of every single lesson, you'll have your instructions for what to do next. Almost every single lesson in every class is going to have you complete either a quiz or an assignment or a test. So you'll want to look at this instruction page and read what's in the yellow box. So this particular one tells you to complete the reading for the lesson. Be prepared to answer these questions on your quiz, and it's in that orangish reddish color. If you click on that, it's going to give you a hint at what you're going to be asked for your quiz. So you want to review those questions. And then it says complete the 1.01 choosing your story quiz. So in order to complete this quiz, unfortunately you can't click on it. So in order to access it, you're going to want to go over to your assessments. You'll see this blue button says assessments. Open that. And it's going to take you to a list of every single assignment that you have not yet submitted. So we were told to do 1.01. You'll see it here. Click on it. And your quiz will load. You'll see that you'll have a combination of multiple choice questions as well as some short essay questions as well. So you'll complete the quiz, which is pretty straightforward, and then at the bottom you must check the box below prior to submitting your exam to make sure that it goes to me for grading. So you'll check this box and then you hit submit in order to submit the quiz to me, and I'll be able to grade it and send it back to you. So that's pretty easy when it comes to completing a quiz. If you have a more complicated assignment such as a worksheet or an assignment, it's going to look a little bit different. So we are going to skip to the first assignment that has a writing assignment for you to complete. So you'll see this lesson is a little bit longer. It has 10 pages. You can navigate to any of these pages, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to go to the last page. So this one says, use the narrative planner to brainstorm the elements of your own narrative and write the exposition. Your work will be graded using the narrative planner grading rubric. Again, you can see that these are expandable links, so you can click on the narrative planner to see the worksheet that you should be using for this assignment. You can't type in this box, but you can scroll to the bottom to save it as a Word document that you can complete on your own computer. So you'll save it, open it, enable editing if needed, and now you can type. So once you complete the entire worksheet that has been provided to you, you would go ahead and save it in Microsoft Word on your computer. Make sure that you save it with a file name that pertains to the assignment that you will recognize. Here you'll also see something called the Narrative Planner Grading Rubric, which is also a hyperlink that you can click on, and it will take you to a rubric. If you're not familiar with rubrics, this is just a breakdown of how you will earn all of the possible points for the assignment. You can see this particular assignment is worth 100 points possible, and it has 3 categories that it's graded on. Part 1 is the brainstorming. Part 2 is the exposition of your narrative, and the third part is going to be just basic grammar and spelling and making sure you're proofreading your work. So anytime you want to know exactly what you're going to be graded on, you can always check the rubric, and there will be a rubric provided for all writing assignments and worksheets. So let's go ahead and toggle back home. If you would like to go ahead and submit an assignment instead of a quiz, you'll go back to assessments, and you'll find the corresponding assignment that you have not submitted. So this particular one that we were just looking at is 1.06, writing a narrative. So you'll click on it here, and it will take you to a page that looks a little bit different than a quiz. You will see a student comments box that you're able to type in. So depending on the assignment, you might actually be able to complete your assignment in the student comments box, especially if it is just a narrative or a short writing assignment, that's fine. But if you're going to attach a worksheet file, which a lot of the assignments require, you'll want to go down to the optional file upload. You'll click add files, and you'll attach a document just like you would for attaching a file to an email. Then you'll click this box, submit for grading. And then you'll hit submit for grading to make sure that assignment goes to me so that I can grade it for you. So that's how you access your lessons and your quizzes and your assignments. Now let's talk about your grade book. So we're going to go back home, and you're going to see the 4th blue button is your grade book. This is also the same as this little check mark. Either one will take you to your grade book. You can also access all of your quizzes and assessments from this page as well, but the gradebook is a little bit more specific because it's actually going to show you all of the assignments that you have, and it will be color-coded. So in this class, I have not submitted any of my own assignments yet, but if I had, you would see all of them color-coded. Any assignment that is in blue means that you submitted it, but you're waiting for me to grade it. Any assignment that is highlighted in green means that I graded it and you earned a passing score. Anything that's highlighted in red means that I graded it and you earned a failing score, so you might want to look at redoing it. And if it's gray, it means that it doesn't count, meaning it's exempt or it's a pretest that does not count towards your score. So a quick note, anytime you see anything in red, like I said, you should consider redoing it. All assignments can be done up to 3 times, including quizzes. So if you would like to reset an assignment for yourself, you would click on that particular assignment that earned a failing score, and then you would open it up, and it would show you any feedback that I sent you so that you can look at what I may have asked you to do better, and then you can reset it for yourself and resubmit it. So always check here to see what your scores are, to click on those assignments and see my feedback. And this is where you'll access already submitted assignments if you would like to resubmit them as well. So before I let you go, we're going to go over one aspect of this course that I want you to be familiar with. At the end of every module, you're going to have something called a DBA, and I'll show you what that looks like. So under lessons, for Module 1, you can see that 1.07 is your discussion-based assessment, or DBA. So this is almost at the end of the module, and for the purpose of this, we'll skip to the end. It's going to tell you to be prepared to discuss the characters, conflict, plot, and theme of the short story that you read. So basically what this is telling you is that you're going to have a conversation with me, and this conversation is going to be over phone call. That's what we call a discussion-based assessment. So after you have done all of the reading for the module, you're just going to make sure that you have a solid understanding of the concepts in the module, and then schedule that DBA with me. So the way that you complete a DBA with me is through a DBA drive-through. These are sessions that I hold throughout the week that you get to choose when you would like to attend one, when it works on your schedule. So it's up to you. If you are at the beginning of the week and you know you need a DBA and you would like to find the best time and date to schedule one with me, you'll go to my homepage. Here you see need to complete a DBA. Scroll down. You'll see my class calendar. This has a Monday through Friday breakdown of all of my DBA drive-thrus as well as live lessons throughout the week. And this blue button will show you the dates to make sure that you're looking at the correct week. This is where you'll look at the dates and times and find the session that works best for you. And there are instructions here on how to click on it and sign up on the sign-up sheet and get in line with the other students for that particular session. So that is it. I hope that this was a pretty effective crash course on how to use Educator and navigate my course. After viewing this video, if you have any other additional questions, please reach out to me via text, call, or email. I look forward to working with you guys this year. Thanks, and have a great day.